Good. Thank you so much, John. I've got a question on Turkey and another one on Venezuela. Just starting with Turkey, we're seeking an update on their possible return to the F-35 program once or if they scrap their Russian defense missile system. But I just wanted to ask you, what this process would look like, would sanctions need to be lifted, and what does the White House want here?
There's no change to our view that the F-35 program for Turkey is incompatible with their use of the S-300 and the S-400 missiles. So we're still having those discussions. And should Turkey be able to resolve our concerns about that, then there could be a restoration of moving into the F-35 program. But that's where we are. There's no change to that.
On Venezuela, their leadership now says they'll suspend U.S.-Venezuela repatriation because of the U.S. threat of sanctions that you outlined on Monday. Sorry, I was just trying to catch your eye. How does the White House...
I'm listening. I'm listening.
I'm just texting somebody.
No, I'm taking notes so that I don't screw this up.
See that affecting movement on the southern border, and what are you doing to prepare for that possible challenge?
So I really don't have much more to give you today than what I gave you the other day. The Maduro regime made commitments back in the fall about what they were going to do to allow free and fair elections and allow for the active participation of opposition parties. They have until the spring to move forward on those commitments, and we're going to be watching it closely. I'm not going to preview any economic levers at this point. We're looking for the Maduro regime to step up and meet the commitments that it made in October.
So the President will host the Japanese Prime Minister Kishida for the visit on April 10th. It's still January, but first we expect from the meeting. And speaking with Japan, a Japanese company, Nippon Steel, offered to buy US Steel last December. I know the President already welcomed the investment from the foreign countries. So what is the President's opinion on this offer?
So the President's looking forward very much to having Prime Minister Kishida here. Japan, as you know, a terrific ally and great friend, not just in the region, but the effect that they have around the world. So there's going to be a lot on the agenda. It is January, and the state visit is in April. I have no doubt that you'll hear more from us in greater detail as we get closer to it. But look, the tensions in the Indo-Pacific, opportunities to improve our alliance, the capabilities, opportunities to improve trilateral cooperation with South Korea, Japan, and the United States together. There's going to be a lot to talk about. I don't have anything new to say about this U.S. Steel potential purchase. That would be inappropriate for me at this time, but I would just tell you that the President is the most pro-union president we've had. He absolutely wants to make sure that there's a level, fair playing field for steel workers in this country. That will always be foremost in his mind. That's about as far as I think I can go.
Thank you so much. I will have a question on Ukraine. So the EU said today that they would only be able to supply half of the million artillery rounds that they had pledged for Ukraine, and this comes at a time when U.S. assistance has stopped. So how bad is all this for the Ukrainian forces, and do you see an impact on the battlefield already?
It sure as heck ain't good. And this is why we need the supplemental funding. It's critical. And artillery rounds are one of the most expended munitions on the battlefield, continue to be. It's absolutely critical that we get this funding for Ukraine so that we can get back to leading the world in supporting Ukraine and their ability to defend themselves. So I can't speak for the European Union or other European nations, but I have said in the past that other nations will be looking to us for our leadership. They will be looking to us for decisions and certainty about what support for Ukraine is going to look like going forward. It's absolutely vital we get that funding.